Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy, it's a pleasure, it's an honor to be out here in nature as usual and greeting you all, bringing this message of self-realization to you, by I'm pointing you to look inwardly to discover that your true identity is your divinity. Now, what I want to do today, I want to speak to you concerning having a fearless mind in a digital age. Now, we are living in a time of great science and technology in a way that it has never been before in many of our lifetime since we've been here. And so, because of this change, where we actually are moving from one era to another era, or from one age to another age, you have to change your mindset. And I really want to speak to you on how important it is to change your mindset. Now, let me go back to our childhood. Each and every one of us, we're born in this world in amnesia. And from the very time we're born in this world, there are many things that were said to us that was instilling fear in us. For example, at a very young age, when you want to run and play, your parent would tell you, be careful. Sometimes when you want to do something courageous, your parent would tell you to be very careful. So they have always been instilling fear in you. And from the time you born from your mother's womb, right up to the age of say 7 or 8, your subconscious mind is wide open for programming. And whatever is programmed on your subconscious mind at that early stage, that is what you would become. That is why when the Bible tells you that you must train up a child in a way that they shall go, that when they get older they won't depart, that's a secret. And the way how it was interpreted to us was not the right way. It is dealing with the subconscious mind. For example, if a Catholic priest got a child from the age of 1 to 7, that person will become a Catholic for the rest of their life, because of the power of the subconscious mind. So what is instilled in you from a very young age, that is what you will grow into. Okay, so if doubt, fear, unbelief, guilt, shame, if all these things have been instilled in your subconscious mind from a very young age, that is what you will grow into. And that is why secular Christianity has been used from since we were little children going to school to bring doubt, to bring fear, shame, and all these things on people, until the government system can convince people to sign a piece of paper and go home and have sex without feeling guilt and shame, and they call it marriage. And they use the Bible to justify that. But I'm drinking water because I have a natural desire called thirst. And I eat food because I have a natural desire called hunger. And no woman in this world has ever signed a piece of paper to see their monthly cycle or to see their period. And that is the time or the blossoming of a woman. Just like a tree. When a tree will blossom, that's the time you know that it can bring forth fruit. And that's the time also when you know a woman can actually become pregnant. And all of these things, you didn't have to pay no money. You didn't have to sign no paper. But because they use guilt, shame, fear, and all of these things, and us, through using secular Christianity and having us believe in a God in the sky or a power outside of yourself, many people have been captured by such a fear. But now we are living in an enlightened age. In an age of the awakening. I am saying this is the age of fearless minds. This is the age that we must become bold. This is the age that we are to be fearless. And those who are going to be the overcomers, they must be fearless. Those who are going to be strong, those who are going to be creative, they have to become fearless. If you're going to create your reality, if you're going to create your world, if you're going to be, do and have that which you so desire, because you understand that God is your imagination, and everything that was made was for us imagined, and everything else that ever going to be made was for us be imagined. The motor car was for us imagined. Money was for us imagined. Everything was for us imagined. So when the Bible says in St. John 1 and 3 that all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made, that him is not a man 2,000 years ago. That him is a personification of your human imagination, which is the creator in man. Because if there is one God, one creator, there's only one creative power, which is the power of imagining. And that is why you have to be fearless. You have to create a fearless mindset. You have to know that you are the operant power. And you have to operate that power. So my brother and my sisters, to believe in God is to believe in yourself. To call upon God is to call upon yourself. Because the self of man is God. Because God is life and life is God. You can't separate God from life and life from God. And that when people do not think for themselves, the preachers can fool them. But when you understand that the very life in you is God, and that God is the creator, and imagination is the only creative power there is, everything in this world it has to first be imagined, then you will realize that you can actually create your reality how you want it to be. So if a man thinks that he's poor, if he thinks that he's sick, that is what he will become. For the very Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And that is why I'm saying to you, you have to be fearless in this digital age. Because this is the age where there would be a different form of currency. And if you do not understand that your mentality is your true currency, that your mentality is energy and money is energy, then you will live under fear of poverty. Then you will have a mentality of mediocrity and a mentality of lack. But when I look all around, I'm seeing abundance. Because I see the trees and I see abundance. So everything around me signifies abundance. When the rain falls, it falls in abundance. And when it falls, it don't fall on one man's house. When the farmer goes out in the field to sow, whatever he sows in the earth is going to return back to him. Whatever you sow in the womb of a woman, she's going to bring back to you also. Because the womb is impartial and the earth is impartial. And so you have a womb that is above. And whatever you sow in this womb, your psychological womb, that is what you will get back in return. So if you would guard your mind, guard your thoughts, and cultivate healthy habits, and break the old paradigm, and let there be a shift from negativity into positivity, and you would focus your energy in the right direction, then you will be able to operate in your creativity. You will know as your purpose, and you will be able to bring value to the rest of humanity. And that is what it means to do what God wants you to do. Because God is the invisible man in you, which is your imagination. So you are to use your mind power. You are to use that which you're born with. You must activate those mental faculties that you're born with. Because, for example, growing up, I was told that I must go to school and get good grades. But when I become more conscious, I come to realize the bench was for us imagined, the desk was for us imagined, the book was for us imagined, the pencil was for us imagined, the pen was for us imagined, the chalk was for us imagined, the blackboard was for us imagined, and the building that they call school, it was for us imagined. So my imagination is greater than education, it is greater than politics, it is greater than religion. And those are the systems that they use to keep you a slave. Now your body is a slave to your mind. And you have a choice. So you can choose to dwell in the body, which is to dwell in the 5 senses. Or you can choose to dwell in the 6th sense, which is the mind. And we are living now in the mind age. The age of awareness. The age of the awakening, the enlightenment. So my encouragement to you is to have a fearless mind. Be fearless. And understand that love is the greatest energy. Love is greater than fear energy. And fear is what they've been using to control humanity. Therefore, when you use love energy, you come to realize why it is said that perfect love casteth out all doubt and no fear. And it had no sorrow. Because fear brings torment upon you. So with that being said, my brothers and my sisters, I want to come here to a close. But before I come to a close, I want to say to you that self-doubt is the devil. Your greatest enemy is your ego. So when you get rid of self-doubt, you will get rid of fear. When you get rid of the ego self, you will get rid of fear. And that is what it means to overcome the devil. Because the devil is your lower self. The devil is your negative self. So in this time of Corona, we see the churches, they've been all exposed. We see the religious system being exposed. We see the educational system being exposed. And we see the political system, they all been exposed. And we see fear has taken a hold of the people. But I'm saying to you, who are wise, we are the ones who must have fearless minds. And you must rise above your fear. Because life cannot die. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transmuted or transformed. And that is why you are told to not be conformed to the systematic way of this world, which is the way of thinking, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You have to renew your thinking by understanding that you are the operant power. By understanding that you are the Lord and Master of your own destiny. And that you can create your reality consciously. So this message today, I'm bringing it to those who will cultivate fearless minds. Because as long as there is no fear, society can never control you. That is why I don't care about society. Because I don't have guilt and I don't have shame. Because I'm born in this world naked without guilt and without shame. But society has painted such a mentality on you to control you and to keep you in the rat race. But we who have wake up, we are wise and we would not succumb to fear, but we would stand in love, because love is the greatest energy. So with that being said, my brothers and my sisters, if you're listening to me for the very first time, and what I'm saying, if it's resonating with you, I'm encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to share, to comment. Also, I want to let you know that this message I bring to you is the single eye. The single eye message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 says, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. My brothers and my sisters, hadn't it been that eye, that single eye, had opened within me from the base of my spine, and I ascend as a fiery being and earthly wind, exit my skull, which means I rolled the stone away, came out of that tomb, experienced the resurrection, and come to know the virgin story is the greatest lie I've ever told to humanity. And yet, been for that experience, I would not have been out here bringing value to all of humanity, pointing them to look inwardly to discover their identity, to be their divinity. That's the reason why I always give you the symbol of the single eye, my hand right above my crown chakra, or on my crown chakra, saying to you that when you have the experience, you come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N, and that it is the dawning of a new day in your life. For the sun parallels the human imagination parallels the sun, and the sun is what powers all of humanity. For without the sun there is no life and there is no light, and without the human imagination there isn't anything made that was made. Therefore, my brother, my sisters, you are told that the Lord thy God is a sun as in a S-U-N and a shield, and no good thing will he withhold from you. Also, you're told also in Malachi 4:2 that the sun as in the S-U-N of righteousness shall arise in you with healing in his wings. That's the reason why I say to you, those who believe in a day like today, that they call Good Friday, they've been brainwashed, they've been deceived, because the resurrection take place in man, and not 2,000 years ago. You have to discover your Christ self, and you will discover the power of the sun, as in the S-U-N, in a S-O-N. That's why my encouragement to you is to use your mind power, which is your solar power, your sun power, your creative power, which is your God power, to achieve your every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, remain fearless.